If you're joining us from our last episode, welcome back. And if not, welcome to our channel.
Welcome.
You're in for a lot of fun. On the last episode, oh shoot, we didn't even introduce ourselves.
Just go ahead.
I'm going to just go. I'm Priscilla, also known as Priscilla Story.
I'm Gary.
Follow.
Guido Creates.
And I'm Ricky at Ricky.Garcia with 3 A's.
3 A's.
Triple A.
Yeah, we'll leave the link for you.
Link in bio.
Link in bio.
Swipe up.
Anyway, on the last episode, we left off on, after a breakup, how someone can just switch up on you so easily. You love someone for so long, and then from the next day, it's just like totally different. They hate you. They despise you.
Yeah, I feel like it happens a lot, like especially in those like relationships where it's like super long term. Like we're talking about maybe I want to say like
couple years,
like at least like 3 years. Let's say like 3 years, right?
Okay.
Like relationships longer than 3 years. I feel like a lot of times after a breakup between those two people, like they could be really, really in love and like they're everything to each other. And then for whatever the reason may be for the breakup, after the breakup, they can just switch and like just despise that person. I just find it funny how that happens, And I understand like those breakups where it ended up on a like bad terms, like something really crucial or like hurtful happened.
Yeah.
Like, for example, like cheating or something like that. You know what I mean? Like in those cases, there's so much emotion and there's so much like betrayal that I feel like that people have a reason to feel a certain way about that person. But in those, I'm talking more specifically on those breakups where it's like more mutual, where
like,
it's just not working out.
It's just not working.
It's just not working out, or there's just too many arguments, or different career paths, or whatever the case may be. After a while, like one person or the other kind of like starts despising that person after like displaying so much love and affection towards that person.
But do you think it's like an accumulation over time? Just, because say there is like a lot of fights in the relationship. Over time, people just kind of start to develop like, oh, it's this again. Or, little by little, they start losing that connection to the person. So towards the end, it's just easy to kind of be like, well, that's it. I don't care for you.
Yeah, but I don't like to feel like this resentment towards a person
like
where you just want to disrespect them. You want like terrible things to happen to this person. That's what's funny to me. Because if like nothing crucial to a point where like it hurt like your self-esteem or like they cheated on you or something like that, I feel like once you love somebody, I feel like you're always going to have that respect for that person. You're always going to have love for that person up to a certain extent, obviously within your boundaries.
Correct.
And you're going to want to see them like flourish and succeed into whatever they wanted to be, in that relationship, right? I feel like when you love somebody, you don't only love somebody during that relationship, because at that point, then it seems like you're only loving them because it benefits you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What caused the breakup?
That's the question. So if what caused the breakup was like cheating or betrayal or lying or something like that.
Dude, you straight up, when you asked the question, it's like you're interviewing him. You were like, what caused the breakup, Ricky? Just like,
yeah,
no, I'm just saying in general, because that also has a lot to play into how the other person feels for you and how they react to you. Because cheating, if you're devoting so much time to the person, then I guess you start building up a hate on another person. But I still don't understand when someone just full out just hates you like night and day.
Because it didn't work out. Yeah. Just for the simple fact that it didn't work out.
That just is a personal problem with whoever that individual is at that point.
But I just feel like for me, I guess personally, if you really truly loved somebody and it just didn't work out for whatever the case may be, you might not want to think about this person, but to hold resentment towards that person and want like terrible things to happen to them or wish bad on them, I can never like see myself feeling that way, you know. Even if they did something to me, or whatever the case may be, like there's still always gonna be that mutual respect. Like, okay, well, we didn't work out, this and this happened, but I still want you like to be successful and like live out all your dreams and live a healthy life and be happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's kind of touche to say like, oh, I still want you to be happy even if it's not with me. Like that's a common thing what people say, you know, after a breakup or whatever. But who actually really truly feels that way?
For me, I've never had a bad breakup though. In my instance, like we just grew apart going from our goals that it didn't match our lifestyles together anymore. So for me, it's like, yeah, do you like flourish in whatever you want to do? But I've never had a bad breakup where I'm king cards and stuff like that. Like I've never had that personally. So I can't speak into the hatred portion of that, but I just don't get it.
And I mean, at that point, it's pretty much good that you guys even like broke up, because if someone's like that at the breakup, they would have always been like that regardless. You know what I mean? Yeah. They weren't looking out for your best interests at all. If they can instantly just be like, well, screw you, I'm not going to care for you. Like, I don't care what you do. I pretty much wish hate upon you. It's like, no, if you really care for someone through the relationship, you're still going to care for them after the relationship.
Yeah. As crazy as it is, like, I feel after a breakup, it kind of shows you how
people's true colors.
Yeah.
Like how deeply that person actually really loved you. You know what I mean? As crazy as that is, because if after a breakup, like that person still has like mutual respect for you,
they could be a big person in the whole situation.
They could be, yeah.
Well, you start seeing people's true colors when shit hits the fan. In just any scenario. It's not even just relationships. It's like money, friendships,
business.
Anything. You start seeing people's true colors on how they react when shit hits the fan. Because everything is all perfect when everything's going great. Until shit hits the fan. It's like, how do you react to that?
Yeah.
And how do you move forward with yourself and just in general to make the situation better?
Yeah. It's like you learn like how much they truly loved you, really. Because sometimes during, like, after a breakup, that person might like make your life hard after that. Whether it's like once they find out that you're dating somebody else, or once they find out that you're in another relationship, they're gonna just pop in and just make your life more difficult. You know
like,
what I mean?
I'm back.
Like, I'm back. Or not even that they're trying to get back with you. It's just that they don't want to see you happy, so they're gonna do whatever
like,
to
let
interrupt.
Me just screw your shit up right now.
Like, let me interrupt your life. So when you see that, you're like, wow, like this person only loved me because I was with them.
Whatever you provided for them during that time.
Yeah. Like I tweeted the other day, I was like, did you see my tweet?
I don't know, maybe.
I tweeted, oh, like, do they love you, or do they love the way that you love them? You know
That's
what I mean?
deep.
Because a lot of times, like, if somebody loves you, they love they love you as a person. Yeah. They love everything about you. You know, they don't want to see you suffer or go through struggles. That's what I feel like. You know what I mean?
I think it's like the whole situation of you have to love yourself before you can love someone else. And I feel like in situations like that, when someone can't move on from a situation where both parties are just starting to live their own life and you're still stuck in that situation, regardless with friendships and stuff like that, is that, they don't love themselves yet. Yeah. They can't find situations where they can have fun with themselves or just move on in general.
Yeah. And I feel like they learned that after a breakup. They learned that they depended on your love so much that that's what was keeping them together. That when they don't have your love anymore, or your affection, or whatever you're contributing into the relationship, they've realized like, I'm not happy with myself. I can't love myself. I can't do all these things for me that I was getting in this relationship, that maybe I wasn't happy, but at least like I can appreciate that this person was doing all this for me, you know, and like just have that respect and not like make their life miserable after because it just didn't work out. But
so then what would be considered like proper breakup etiquette?
Yeah, proper breakup etiquette. Let's talk about it.
What?
Give me the 101.
Do you believe that exes can be friends after a breakup?
I do.
Well, how, like,
I don't know if I'm just like thinking that because I feel like I'm a nice person and I would like I hate losing people in my life. Okay, like if I thought they were important to me, and that's with anyone, not just like relationships. It's like with friends. Even after, like, if something goes wrong, I hate feeling like that awkwardness with someone.
But are we talking about like long-term relationships, or are we talking about like short-term? Let's say like we'll call short-term less than 3 years, or no? What's short-term?
Short-term,
a year.
Less than a year, but even then, like
more than a year.
Some people are dating for that long anyway. You know, it's like
nowadays, like we know each other so much that we're texting nonstop, 24/7. That within a month, you already know
if you really like this person.
Yeah, if you really like that person, you find out about that person so much within the first month.
If you really do invest the time, though.
Yeah. Because back then, like, we didn't really, we would text.
It was like, let me call you to pick you up.
Yeah, but we weren't that invested that it took longer for us to know each other. But nowadays, like, we just, social media, you start.
Like, in a minute, you can get a reply.
So, okay, so let's say you're in a relationship and you go through a breakup, right? So how do you remain friends with that person that you shared? Like, you were everything. You were intimate with that person. You were friends. You were, whether you were living together or not. Like, how do you go from that to just like being? What does friends mean?
Well, at the same time, you kind of have to look at how or like why the relationship ended in the first place. You know, I mean, that really kind of determines if you are going to remain friends with someone.
But do you mean like when you say friends? Do you mean like staying in contact with this person like on a regular basis?
For me, no, because like I said, I've never had a bad breakup where I was like, I want you out of my life completely. I have exes that they would appear here and there. They will say hi. Sometimes for my birthday, say hi. Or if they need something, they will just hit me up. But it's never I'm in contact with them
all the time.
All the time and just randomly hitting them up. Maybe for a birthday. And yeah, that's pretty much for me. Is like if I remember it's their birthday, then I'll hit them up on their birthday. But that's it. But
I mean, maybe not specifically friends, because for me, friends is like pretty.
You're hanging out.
Yeah,
you're hanging out.
Yeah, that's
but maybe just like you still keep a friendly relationship, but not necessarily like you guys are going out, but you're just not romantically involved anymore.
Yeah, like. If someone hits you up, you're not giving them the cold shoulder type of thing.
Yeah, you're friendly. You're just you're being cool regardless. But it's not like
it's nothing awkward.
Hey, what are you doing this weekend? All the time kind of thing.
Would you be friends with them like on Instagram and like social media and stuff?
Yeah. Let you lurk my stuff. Just kidding.
Yeah, like
I mean, yeah.
I don't unfollow. Maybe at first, like when you need that distance to move on.
You take your time.
Yeah, it's like at first when you break up, of course, you kind of need to move on and not get reminded of certain things and that person.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I unfollow whatever. But then down the line, like, I don't care if we follow each other.
Yeah.
If you have a boyfriend or whatever.
What was your longest relationship?
2 months.
You're not gonna be mine, so you shouldn't be embarrassed.
3 swipes.
Yeah, you don't want to say? What's your longest relationship?
3 years. 3 years. For the most part, I've only had 4 girlfriends, and they've all been 3 years for the most part.
You're on a 3-year plan.
Yeah, I'm on a lease.
He's on the lease, 36 months.
36 months.
No, I still don't want to share because I had a long-term relationship, and I can't ever imagine. Like at first, I was trying to keep it mutual and like be friends, like whatever you want to call friends. But what my definition of friends is just more like just mutual respect. Like and at the same time, it's kind of a different situation because we had so much things that we had to take care of still after a breakup. So we kind of had to still keep it mutual. You know what I mean? But like for me to imagine myself like being friends, you know, quote unquote friends with this person, I can't ever imagine myself being that way.
No, I can't be like that with any of my ex-girlfriends. Like, let's hang out and stuff.
Yeah.
Type of stuff like that.
And at first, you kind of think like, oh yeah, like we can be friends. It seems so realistic, and it sounds so good to just think like, yeah, you know what? It didn't work out between us. We have all this history together, but we can still be friends.
It's because you get comfortable with that person that you start thinking about, oh, tomorrow I don't really have this person, or I'm not talking to this person. Yeah. Whereas like you're missing that big void that is a big question mark in your future, that you start saying, yeah, we can still be friends. Yeah. To somewhat fill that void of that question mark that you have. Yeah. But
especially since you know everything about them, like, and you know,
it's just comfort at that point.
Whatever, mutual friends or whatever. Like, but
certain people, that it might be a curse for certain people, because some people just, they're too comfortable that they don't move on and they stay stagnant in their life. Yeah. They don't have any more goals. Yeah. Like, oh, I'm good right here.
And also hoping that things will work out again for them.
But then when shit hits the fan, then they start realizing how much time they've wasted.
Once life gets serious.
So after a breakup, what's the next step for you guys? What's your like step by step like protocol?
Like, do you take time, or do you start going out with people?
Because some people just jump from like a relationship and it didn't work out, and they have no problem like, all right, I'm gonna try another relationship.
No, I'm very slow.
And sometimes it works out for them. Sometimes it works. Sometimes that's what they need, or sometimes they come to the terms of everything that they're wondering. Yeah, or, you know, they find whatever they're looking for.
For me, I started being a workaholic, that I keep myself busy. So
you're more like focused on myself for a little bit, and then...
Yeah, because for the most part, my last relationship was 5 years ago. So, and before that, it was like 3 years in between one relationship to the other. So I just keep myself busy, and I started growing in myself, where that's when I figured out how to love myself and how to actually spend time with myself. That I don't need someone in my life. Yeah. If someone else comes in my life, is to pretty much grow with them. Yeah. But I want them to have their own life. And I have my own life. And then, of course, there's certain things that you're going to sacrifice as a couple. Of course, you're not going to be going out clubs and stuff like that if that's your thing. Yeah. Or partying, that's not your thing. So, for majority of the time, I stay busy. And that's how I technically start moving on. Yeah. Because then I start finding new things that I want to do for myself, travel, stuff like that.
Yeah. I think it has a lot to do with how long you were in that relationship for, too. Because if you're in that relationship for a long time, then I feel like it's almost absolutely necessary to take time for yourself. Yeah. For a good amount of time for yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you were so committed to this relationship and always thinking about the other person and like putting your thoughts and like your needs last,
and also your goals
last, that that's the time that you have to actually think for yourself. You have time to actually do things that you want to do, or find your interest, or actually do things that you always wanted to do that you never really did because you were in that relationship where it kind of hold you back. So if you're in a long relationship, I feel like you have to take time to like focus on yourself. If it's like a short-term relationship, maybe a year, let's say a year.
I think it's easy to bounce back.
It's easier to bounce back. It's not, may not be easier or depending on, but it would be easier to bounce back. Yeah.
Because there's not as much time invested. The longer as things go on, like it just gets deeper and deeper.
Like you might get engaged, or you might
have a kid,
or buy a house or stuff like that. Like where you're just adding things where the breakup makes it a little bit more difficult. Yeah, and I feel like the longer you are in a relationship, the more feelings and decisions that you've made in life get deeper. Because then if you want something that's on your goal, then you kind of have to think about that person as well. Yeah. How you make that decision. Yeah. It's not like when you first start off dating someone, it's like,
I'm going to do me, that's it.
If I get a job offer in the East Coast, fuck it, I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
It's not too deep.
And mind you, we're talking about relationships where there's no kids involved, because none of us have kids.
No kids.
So if you have kids and you went through a breakup, don't listen to us, because we have no experience in that.
No experience in that.
Because obviously
But that's even harder.
That's harder. That's another topic, though. And I feel like we need to have somebody here that's a single parent that went through something like that to actually talk about the challenges. Because at that point, you're not only thinking about yourself, you're thinking about your children.
Your whole family.
But what I will say is that I don't believe in staying together for the kids.
Yeah.
I don't believe.
Or making a kid to make it better.
Or having a kid to make things better. Or getting engaged to make things better.
I agree with that. And I agree with that because my parents separated and it was just not working. And I see a lot of benefits as I got older and I was able to understand like the family dynamic, how beneficial it was for my parents to not stay together. Specifically for us, you know.
I feel like it does more damage than it does good. It does have some good because you're keeping
You're
that
still going to be
structure,
damaged at a certain point.
But I feel like it does more damage to you as a kid mentally, seeing that your parents don't love each other.
Especially later down the line once the kids are older to understand. And it just, so much time has passed that difficulty between the parents, like, it just gets stronger and it becomes worse.
But that's what you start seeing, and that's what you start attracting.
Exactly.
So what you start seeing in your parents is like, oh, that's your normal in your household.
It plays into your future relationships, I think.
And that's what you start choosing is men or women, that how your parents interact with each other.
Yeah.
So if they're not very lovey and they're cold shouldered, like to each other, stuff like that, then that's what you start portraying into your future relationships.
Yeah. You start believing that that's okay. So when something like that happens to you,
that's like the norm for you.
Yeah. You might be like, okay, well, this is normal. My parents went through this.
Because you never experienced anything else. Like,
yeah. But
dang, we got deep.
But after a breakup, all right, you know, we just we already talked about
you jump on Tinder, get on Hinge.
Okay, how long? Okay, let me ask.
Well, tell me what you do for your breakups.
Let me ask. For how long after a breakup do you lurk on your ex?
You're gonna out yourself right now?
Honestly, no. I'll be honest. I didn't lurk on my ex only for, I would say maybe like the first couple months, and it wasn't lurking like showing up and shit like that. It was more.
Wait, physically lurking?
No.
I was like, showing up where?
Damn.
Not physically lurking. I'm talking about social media or you know what I mean? Like social media mainly, because that's
that's
fucking FBI basically.
It would help if they don't have social media too. It's just like, dang, that's it.
Yeah.
Cold.
I think that makes it kind of worse.
You'd think it drives people insane. Like,
I think certain people. Yeah, I think certain people.
Do you think lurking brings closure to people? Like,
you feel like I feel like you have to have if you're gonna lurk on somebody. I don't want to call it lurking. What the fuck do you call it, man?
Yeah, you're lurking.
You're lurking.
All right, lurking. We'll call it lurking. And I'm not talking about
negative connotation.
Because if you're not hitting them up or sliding in their DMs or commenting, you're lurking.
But
let's clarify that we're not showing up physically to their job or their house.
I never
we're not talking about that. We're talking about
you're
seeing what's up
on the internet, not physically.
We'll even go as far as asking people about
mutual friends
asking. We'll go that far, right? So, fuck. What was I saying? I was saying something right now
about lurking. Not physically, but lurking.
I fucking forgot my point. But it'll come back to me.
How about another one? Should your family and friends still follow your ex?
That plays into lurking though, because if they are, I feel like you get the occasional like, oh, did you see so and so? And okay, no, I wasn't following.
I remember my point. I feel like if you're going to lurk, you have to have a reason as to why you're lurking. If you're gonna lurk, you have to you're lurking to either get confirmation that you want to pursue this person again. So you just want to make sure that they're not in a relationship, or you're not going to interrupt their life, or you're lurking to just get confirmation and get reassurance that this relationship. No.
For me, I just do a one breakup, and that breakup had to be for a certain reason. I don't do more than 2 breakups.
Yeah.
After the first one, if we didn't work, it's over.
You don't.
And I've only done that once.
Together
I've only done the getting back together once.
I feel like getting back together sometimes works out.
Nah, I feel like there's too much baggage.
But it's if you break up, you broke up for a reason.
Yeah. And it's always going to come back and hunt you back.
No, because sometimes you have those petty breakups. It wasn't really a serious breakup. It was more like an argument happened.
Nah, I don't do that petty shit. If it's a lot of petty shit, then I move on because I feel like that person is not mature enough for a relationship.
But you're not going to get it right all the time.
That's why you just move on.
I've had petty breakups. You never had a petty breakup before? Where you just
it's
argued
like
about dumb shit?
And then you're like...
And you're just like, oh, like you guys get into an argument and you guys just stop talking for that
like,
day.
Hey,
and
what do you do? You want to go get
like
food?
A couple of weeks. And then whatever, you end up making up or whatever, like, you know?
Yeah, I've never done
I feel like that happens a lot.
I've done we're not going to talk to each other for a couple of days, but it's not, we're breaking up and get back together type of thing.
Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of breakups too that are like unspoken breakups. You guys just stop talking for a little bit, and you guys don't confirm whether you guys are broken up or not. But anyway, as far as like lurking goes, I feel like you have to really be sure as to why you're doing it.
I feel
it's
like
not okay either way.
Like, no, I feel like
lurk, bro.
I feel like if you're lurking, it's because you have so much downtime that you're not doing anything, and then you start getting opening feels.
Yeah, I feel like there's really no benefit from.
No, there's no benefit whatsoever.
You're just gonna end up being disappointed.
Oh, that's for sure.
It's one way or another. You're either gonna find out that they're in another relationship, or they're out like belonging to the world, or
that you want to match that they're still that they're still miserable as you are at the moment.
There's just no point. Yeah, at that point, you just have too much time on your hands. You just need to like find a hobby. Go golf or some shit.
For most part, I start seeing guys because most guys are jealous. The thing is that you start seeing them hanging out and going out, and then it starts driving you miserable, and then you start blowing up their phone.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
I have never done that.
Because I'm not jealous.
Like drunk
I'm not the jealous type either.
I'm not jealous.
Y'all looking at me like to say what I feel.
Yeah, say what the fuck. You're the girl.
I don't think I'm jealous. I like how you guys were not satisfied with that answer.
Yeah, there's a lot of...
No, I don't think I'm like the jealous type. A guy, if he gives me a reason to feel like you're kind of talking to other people or like, you know what I mean? You know what's accepted and what's not. Like,
yeah.
So I don't think I'm jealous, like, unless you give me a reason to kind of be like, what the hell? But
yeah.
I feel like I'm pretty cool. Like I have guy friends, obviously. Like I'm here doing a podcast with you guys, so I'm okay with like a guy. You have girlfriends, like that's standard. I believe guys and girls can be friends.
I agree.
That's just my
take.
That. I know, but
I
do.
I don't know. It's tricky.
That's a
sticky situation.
But that's like what we talked about last time. Is that you're bringing your past and your insecurities into your new relationship. Mm-hmm. It's like you haven't moved on from your past relationships. Only because someone cheated on you and stuff like that. Yeah, it's going to always be in the back of your mind, but you can't portray that like hatred towards your ex on your new relationship. Yeah. They haven't done anything to you. Mm-hmm. If you are doing things that where it's a red flag, then that's understandable.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of a complicated situation because you either have to really trust this person to a point where you have to understand that, okay, if this person's going to cheat on me, they're going to cheat on me regardless if I let them have friends that are girls or guys or not.
Yeah, if someone wants to do it, like, dude, a guy could have no girlfriends. Same for a girl. Like, she could have no guy friends. But if they want to do it, they're going to find it.
I feel like a girl, like, if a girl cheats on a guy, it could be either cheat on me with a guy that I either know or they're friends with or a fucking stranger.
No, I agree on your point is you can't be stressing out. That's why I'm not a jealous type is if someone's going to cheat on me, they're going to cheat on me. And I feel like the more jealous you are, the more the chances of them cheating on you, they're much higher. Mm-hmm. Because now you're trying to control them to a point where
they're going to look for not.
They're gonna lie. They're gonna lie more. They're gonna keep more things from you.
Yeah.
If a person feels like they can't really be as open as maybe they want to, mm-hmm. then what's only gonna happen from there is that they're just gonna keep things from you, or they're gonna alter the truth, or they're only gonna tell you a certain amount.
There's a fly on your head.
Because I'm the shit. Because I'm the shit. I think like trust has a lot to do with it. Guys and girls being friends with each other, but at the end of the day, if somebody's gonna cheat on you, they're gonna cheat on you without, your consent. They're not gonna fucking go and tell you, hey, I'm gonna cheat on you with this person. Yeah, whether it's a friend or not, like if they have that motive to hurt you in that way, they're gonna find a way to do it.
They're gonna cheat on you regardless if you're jealous or you're not jealous.
Yeah, you can't control. Like, people's actions. I want you to. I feel if there's a reason to, I can respect that. If there's history, if something happened that you've already been caught in a lie with, or in some type of like situation with this, like in the guy's point of view,
like with the person you're with,
yeah.
Right?
If your girl already, like, if there's already something that they found out about you and this specific girl, then okay, I can respect that they have a reason to. Hey, I may not want you to hang out with this person one-on-one or whatever. Like, I feel like there's a reason to feel that way, right? But if it's just flat out, no, I don't want you hanging out or talking to any girls, like, because I know how girls are and whatever. I feel like that's, at that point, you're bringing your past and you're bringing your insecurities into your new.
Yeah, you have to respect your relationships. Like, you can't be hanging out with people that you have such big history.
Yeah,
and it's known. Like, you can't be just hanging out with your ex-girlfriend. Yeah. And stuff like that.
And I think you just have to give people the benefit of the doubt. Like, but it seems unrealistic, but.
All right, here's one. Do you think guys cheat just for pleasure or because they're trying to get back at the girl? And vice versa.
I feel like it could be both.
Nah, I think guys just cheat for pleasure.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think it's to get back at the girl.
I think
girls cheat more to get back at the guy than
like,
for pleasure.
Screw him. I'm gonna like.
No. I strongly believe.
Tell me how you really feel. Tell me how you really feel.
No, I strongly.
Damn, son.
I strongly believe that if a girl is gonna cheat on you, they're cheating on you because they're genuinely interested in this guy.
Nah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah.
Because I feel girls have more. I don't want to say morals, but they just think about shit more than guys before they actually do it.
I think if a girl's cheating for you for that reason, they end up moving on from you.
Yeah. I think if a girl's going to cheat, it's probably because she found someone better and she just kind of like.
And she's not coming back to you.
I just feel, I feel like guys can just cheat more like without really thinking about the repercussions.
Guys cheat more physically, and I feel girls cheat emotionally.
But I feel like exactly. So I feel emotion, it's kind of hard to detach your emotions from a person than it is to just detach your like physical pleasure of this person.
But I feel like when girls cheat on the guy, even to get back, they feel some sort of way that they did it for the wrong reasons, that they start moving on from you regardless.
I feel like it could be both. I feel like a person could cheat on you to get back at you for something that maybe you did that hurt them.
That hurted.
Or they could cheat on you. What was the other one?
Just for emotions, just to get back at you.
For pleasure, right?
Yeah, for pleasure.
I feel like it could be both. I feel if you're looking for pleasure that you're not getting, then you're gonna look for that pleasure if the opportunity presents itself.
But I think how girls cheat for pleasure is a whole different way how guys cheat for pleasure, though.
Yeah, guys could cheat. Like, pleasure for guys could just be like getting attention from a girl and just texting. That like does something to a guy sometimes. And a lot of people consider that cheating.
That's emotional cheating.
It's cheating.
It's cheating.
Yeah. No, but that's what I mean. Like, it's emotional, but it's still considered cheating.
Yeah. And sometimes that's all that guys look for.
Sometimes that's like, even worse because now you're developing a connection
with
someone.
You almost have a whole relationship with this person.
And that's the messed up part.
Yeah.
I think.
No, I agree.
Why do girls think guys are
whores?
Whorebags.
Tell us how you really feel, Priscilla.
Well, we're gonna go.
Yeah, tell us how you really feel, Priscilla.
I mean,
bring it in for the ladies.
Y'all just want to bring my pain. Just like, no, I don't.
And it's not all girls. Let's be clear.
Yeah, I don't even feel like I think all guys are whores, man whores. I like that word, man whore.
But I
don't know.
I think that girls, their first like instinct,
it's like, oh, this guy's a player.
This guy's
You're
a player.
Fuck boy.
He's a fuck boy. how many girls?
Because damn, it always ends up being like that. It's just like,
yeah, I hate guys like that. Can ruin it for guys like me.
Yeah,
it ruins it for the nice.
I'm over here opening doors.
But I think I don't know.
But you know what? I think that comes along the lines of like when you first start dating someone, or you're on Tinder, or like, you know, Hinge, or even through Instagram when you meet someone. It's like you're in the talking stage with someone, and then boom, it's like pretty much screw you over after like talking to you, and you think it's going somewhere, and then it's just like.
But do you think that happens because you guys have sex too early?
I don't know.
No, I think because look, if someone really cares for you, someone really likes you, at that point it's like they're going to be with you regardless of how fast whatever relationship you guys created developed. I think that's just me. Like,
but what's too early?
Day one.
To build.
Day one, like you barely meet them. It's
well,
like,
I know that, but even I feel like even a week.
No, but sometimes people. It might be somebody that you've known for a long time, but you didn't have that type of relationship with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it just so happened.
For me, I feel like it's ass backward because then you start going physical and then trying to build emotionally.
But what if you already had a friendship with this person in the past? So you already know how they are, and you already have a friendship with them, and then.
But I feel like friendship and relationships, as in a couple wise, is totally different.
No, I don't think so.
It mixes in there because
yes
it all depends
and
on how.
Because like a person, how they are in friendships, like that's pretty much how they are. They are pretty much in relationships. Honestly, my mom's always told me like if you want to get to know someone, get to know them as in friend groups, like because their character that they show in a friend, like pretty much your partner is your friend with intimacy. You know what I mean? So. I think if you already know someone for a while, you get to know who they are. And then later down the line, it's like, hey, let's try this out.
But at the same time, I feel like it's so important to like.
It is important, but I don't feel like
the whole
it's the first thing
physical,
to build
like
on.
sexual part.
Intimacy like, with someone is important.
Imagine dating somebody, like talking to somebody for months, and then you actually have sex with this person, and it's fucking terrible.
Dude, not even just like. Sex.
Nah, I've had
a kiss. A kiss alone, like
that shit will.
You connect with someone, and it's
exactly
like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, who the fuck wants to waste so?
Like, imagine
much
the kiss
time?
Is whack.
I'm not saying a year. I'm just saying like if you start building.
I mean, nowadays, who fucking waits?
No. I know that, but the thing is what. But I'm saying like
no hate, no.
But
shade.
I'm just saying shade. In general, not like someone that you already know.
Okay.
Let's just say you just met. Yeah, you like just met someone.
A stranger, you met somebody.
Yeah, and you start
the internet, whatever.
Yeah. What?
How long? What's your ideal time frame?
Yeah. What's your ideal time frame?
No, for me, it's not even about the time frame, as in days, months, weeks. It's not that. It's more of how much emotionally are you connected to that person to take that.
But what if you become super emotionally connected to this person? And then the day comes, and you have this.
Here's for me. For instance, for me,
it's fucking bad, dude.
No,
I'm gonna head out.
For me, if I go on a date and I'm not thinking about sex with that person, I'm finding more of a connection with that person that I can see that I can.
How far would that relationship go?
It all depends on how it's going to a point where it just happens. For me, it's like when you have someone that you just want to be physical. That's
a problem.
Yeah.
If you just see this person as physical pleasure,
you're going on a date. It's like, when are we fucking?
It's not gonna go very far.
That's
not gonna go
because you can't build a relationship based off physical
strictly
first.
On physical,
and that's where you're gonna
physical first. That's what I'm trying to say. Is like you can't build a strong relationship just on physical first.
No, it's not gonna happen.
That's what I'm saying. Because then that's ass backwards.
Yeah, that opens up the emotional cheating part. Like you're gonna have what you need physically from your partner, but you're not gonna have what you need like emotionally.
You're gonna start trying to find it through other people.
Exactly. So
That's why
there has to be like a happy medium. Like,
that's why I said, when is it for you guys? When is it too soon, or when is it just right? When you start feeling with
too soon is day one. If we're smashing day one, I can never see you as a potential person. Like it's that's what I'm gonna be with. I'm sorry. It's just not. Like it's always gonna be in the back of my mind. Like if it was that easy.
How many people did you do that
I'll
with?
just keep you on the side.
But you're talking about if I were to meet like a random, like get to know a random stranger, right? That
no, you've never
dating,
met.
You're dating.
Yeah. How fast is too soon? You mean?
Yeah.
That's hard to say exactly because I feel like with every person it's different. Like,
but I'm just saying on an emotional level, not on weeks, days, months.
But we're adults now. It's different, dude.
No, that's why.
This is not for you kids that are like under 25 or whatever the fuck. What do you want to call too young?
I'm still under 25.
Get the fuck out. This is not for you either.
I'll be 25 in
21, 21.
A month and a half.
21 and 21 younger. This is for the adults, 24 and older. 24 and older. I don't know.
If you're not in your Kobe year, get out.
Week one, still too soon.
I'm not even talking about days, weeks, whatever. I'm just saying on an emotional level. At what point do you think it's right?
That's hard though, because like everyone's emotional level is like different. Like what I think is a deep emotional connection is probably different to what you think and what you think, you know? Mm-hmm. It's just, I say, if you feel it with the person, if you're ready to like, yeah, I'm ready for this.
Hard for me.
And that person feels the same way too. Like,
it's hard for me to answer. It's hard for me to even have this conversation because, to be honest, I've never started or even tried to develop a relationship with a stranger, somebody that I didn't know in my past. It's always been like somebody that I've known.
I've met people off the internet,
one way
like,
or another. Like I have never done that. I've never used like dating apps and stuff like that.
It's hard, honestly.
You know? So it's kind of hard for me to answer.
Like I've never gone out with any of my matches or whatever more than once. Like I've never ended up going on a second date. Some of them were because I thought they were just like weird, but others, I don't know. It didn't happen again, so it didn't go anywhere. But it is hard, like developing a connection with someone you've never ever met. Like it takes time. So
I agree.
All I can say is that if I were to do something like that, I have to know soon enough, but not too soon.
No, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Because both parts.
You don't want to waste your time.
Yeah, both parts are equally important.
Yeah. I feel like if you've been talking for, let's say, a month and shit's going smooth and you're liking the vibe of this person, then I think it's time to find out, like, the sexual part of it.
Damn, girl.
Is 1 month too long?
I don't know.
Or too short?
No. I don't even think the month portion is.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to give a time frame.
You can't.
I'm just saying if you were to have like physical within, let's just say, meeting each other for like the first 3 times, can you build a relationship based off that? I can't.
No, it will be very, very unlikely for me to.
You have to go out with that person a lot, like, and go different places, different settings.
Like you said, you have to be able to have fun with this person without any physical connection whatsoever. If you have that, then okay, I think even if it's only been 2 weeks that you guys have, because a lot can happen in 2 weeks.
No,
you guys can hang out like 10 times in 2 weeks.
Especially right now in quarantine.
Yeah.
Because you have to speak to each other or text like very deep to a point that you're knowing and getting to know these people.
Yeah. Just sending paragraphs.
Yeah. But because we can say a month, but if you only hung out twice in that month,
and talked like a couple
times, then obviously that's not long enough.
Like for me, just my indicator is that if I'm not thinking about sex with you, then I feel like we're building a different connection emotionally.
And vice versa. Like I have to feel that you're not just talking to me because you want something physically with me.
Correct.
You know?
There I feel like girls who just want that.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because if I feel that way, then I'm just going to take it as that, and I'm not going to look at you as somebody that I could potentially.
You're not going to value that person.
Yeah, yeah. So it goes both ways, and I think that it also depends on like what connection you guys have or develop, and because nowadays time goes by so fast.
Yeah, yeah.
And you have especially as
it
adults
zooms,
now.
Dude.
Yeah, especially as adults, you have more control of your life. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
You're not. It's not like you were 18 or whatever. You know, your time was so like limited because you didn't have a car or like finances or whatever. You know what I mean? So I don't know, but when do you feel like after? Because we were talking about the whole breakup thing, right? So.
Yeah.
When because after a breakup, people might feel like, okay, I'm not
Ready.
I just want to enjoy myself. I'm not ready to jump into another relationship. I still need to tackle all these things that has happened to me or things that I want to work on myself. So do you think that's a real thing? Like not being ready for a relationship or being ready to date or being ready to talk to somebody or.
I'll let you start.
Yes and no. I feel like you could say, no, I'm not ready because maybe it is still fresh after like whatever you went through.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, no, I'm not ready. I'm working on myself. But then at the same time, there could be someone who comes along to change that. Yeah. And I think if it's the right person, like, and you're like, dude, who is this? I'm really ready at that point. You're going to be ready. Like, if it's the right person. So I don't know. I don't know if I could say that's an accurate statement. Like, no, I'm not ready.
Yeah.
I don't think you're ever ready for a relationship. I feel like those are the strong ones. When you're looking for it, I feel like you started looking for wrong things.
Yeah.
You start putting people on a checklist because that's what you're looking for is certain things for the perfect person.
Your criteria.
Yeah.
What
And
you
then
want.
you go down the line. Yeah. They're fitting everything. And then something happens and you're like, nah.
Yeah. I think when people say that they're not ready, I think they're just more intimidated of the idea of starting something new with somebody new.
Correct.
You know, and being scared that they're going to go through the same thing again or they're going to relive that situation, their past situation all over again.
Yeah. I feel like when I start when I'm open for a relationship, even if it's random, is that I'm already going towards my goals of certain things from the last relationship, that I've moved on completely and that I'm working towards something new for that person to come and fit in. Because if you haven't moved on and you're not working towards something new, it's like the next person, you're just going to stay stagnant again.
Yeah. But I feel like there's it's true up to a certain extent because sometimes when someone says like, I'm not ready to start a new relationship is because maybe they're just really in a selfish point of their life where all they're thinking about is themselves or their career or.
I've been there.
You know what I mean?
Do you think it's like, oh, I'm not ready with you or.
No.
Is it?
No. I think if you're not ready, it's because you're not ready overall.
Correct.
Because you're just in a selfish like point in your life or maybe there's certain things that you want to accomplish before. Because some people date to date, some people date to marry, you know? Mm-hmm. So I feel like it also depends on the person. Like if you're just dating to date, I feel like you being ready, there's really it doesn't exist.
No.
But if you're dating, if your mindset is I date to marry, I date to start a family with this person, then I feel like it could be true up to a certain extent.
I feel that's how I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people don't look at relationships as a goal of getting married. Mm-hmm. It's just like, I'll see how this goes.
Nowadays, it's so
it's such a
microwave.
Have changed.
It's such a microwave era. Like I'm gonna test this out, see like.
Aren't like the statistics lower now for marriage rates? Like people don't get married as much anymore.
It's I think it's the marriage rate is low and then the divorce rate is even higher. It's just crazy, so scary.
It's the thing that people don't want to work towards a relationship when it comes. Nowadays, people
just give up so easily
because I think there's foundations that are not built nowadays. That's what I'm saying is like a lot of people get into the physical portion of a relationship so quick that you didn't build whatever foundation of friendship or just emotional, where even if shit gets bad, like we were talking earlier, that you start seeing the true colors that people just give up real easy. Yeah. That's what's happening a lot with divorces because they just throw them out left and right. Yeah. It's like breakups. Like what we're talking about is like petty breakups. Once you're married, that's a petty breakup. Right. It's like, oh, let's get a divorce, whatever.
Yeah. It's like, no, it's not that easy.
No, it's like you have to work towards certain things. That's why I don't do the whole petty breakup. Is like if we're breaking up, we're breaking up.
Yeah, because if we're breaking up for shit like that, like we're gonna experience.
It's gonna be the same down the line.
It's gonna be the down the line. Married. Someone doesn't want to work on it when you have a ring.
Right.
It's just a title for them.
And the thing is, it's gonna be worse at that point because things are already deeper. Like more things are involved between the both of you.
But I think society has a lot to do with people getting married too soon or when they're not ready, because it's like
people have timelines.
They instill that in people's head. Okay, you're like, for me, I'm 29. All right, like people look at you. Okay, you're not married. You don't have kids yet. No, I don't. But people make you feel like, oh, there's something wrong. Like, what's wrong with you? You need to hurry up.
There's a pressure, added pressure.
Yeah. So what am I gonna do? Go and date this person, like date them for a year or so, and then feel the pressure that I need to marry them, and then what? 5 years later, I actually get to know this person. Yeah,
but for me, it's like more of a fuck you. It's my life. I have to live it. Yeah. Like you're not living my life.
I think that's the reason that there's a lot of divorce in our like in the millennial generation, because it's just so much pressure from society that you when you're at a certain point in your life, you should already have all these things, and if you don't have them, there's something wrong with you. Or
it's because you look at like our parents' generation, and it's like, they were having kids at 20, having their house, and then you're like, damn, I'm 20 and I'm barely
16 and I had 6 kids already.
For the most part, we're like cusp babies though, like that we still live the old generation and new generation. We were in that cusp of borderline. Nowadays, like everyone's born with an iPad and everything was technology based. So your way of conversations with people was through your cell phone. Yeah. So when shit hits the fan, like you can't express yourself unless you have a cell phone in your hand.
Communication skills suck.
Yeah. So I think that's why divorce rates are so high with the newer generation, is because they don't know how to communicate.
Yeah. You just got to keep shit interesting, dude. Like avoid like just texting all day, like call a person or FaceTime them or make shit special, you know? Like
I personally hate, like when I'm getting to know someone, texting a lot. I prefer phone calls.
I hate that. Yeah, I hate that. I hate
FaceTime. Just like
honestly, I hate talking on the phone too, but I prefer having a 10-minute conversation with somebody once a day than having a full-on conversation all day long through text message.
Or a couple hours, like, oh, let me reply later kind of thing.
I much rather, like, I might not hear from you all day long, but hey, if I have a 10-minute conversation or FaceTime like conversation with you for 10 minutes that day, that might be all that you need, you know? Because text messaging is so dry. Yeah, it's so dry. You can interpret it however you want.
You can add emojis, but it's not like the same thing.
But it's like up to that person. Like it may be like their mood that they read your message wrong, and then that creates tension, a barrier and like a wall between you guys.
Like text messages start becoming very predictable. Like you can have the conversation with yourself. Yeah. Because you already know it's the same pattern every single day. Yeah. But yeah.
Just gotta find the right one, you guys. Don't listen to me.
Damn. Find the right one after everything you said. Who wants to get in a relationship?
Who am I to say anything?
Not me.
But
damn.
Just gotta go.
I had a random thought of the day today.
Go ahead.
And I even text Gary. I was like, I have a random thought for the podcast today. And this was in the morning while I was getting ready for work. Because we're going to get McDonald's for breakfast. Weird, huh? I know. Who am I? This podcast is changing me.
McDonald's. I want that J Balvin meal.
Can I have the Travis Scott meal, please? Upside down pancake?
No, my sister had brought it up to me saying that she heard the iced coffee from there is like really good and it's only like $2. Because we pay almost $5.
You never had McDonald's iced coffee?
No.
What?
Fuck, bruh.
Yeah,
we're cutting off your mic right now.
No,
have you ever had McDonald's hot coffee?
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
I've had just like their orange juice and the hash browns. And stuff.
McDonald's coffee is fire, bro.
Bro, okay, well
straight
that's
sugar,
what we were
fire.
talking. Yeah. Well, that's what we were
straight
talking about.
Syrup and milk, but
she was like, gas. "Oh, the sugar-free vanilla latte with caramel is bomb from McDonald's." And I was like, "Okay, let's try it in the morning." But we were running late, so we didn't end up getting it. But then I was thinking, like, orange juice. I wanted to get an orange juice. Most orange juice, they don't come with ice, right?
I guess it.
No.
And I was thinking, like, I am a person who loves ice in their drinks, and I always ask for extra ice. Would it be weird if you go and you order like orange juice with extra ice?
It's different. It's not
right.
I think certain places give you ice if they're freshly squeezed.
I don't
Leave a comment down below if you think getting ice with your orange juice is whack.
That's fucking whack for sure. I'll tell you right now. I'll answer for you guys. Shit's whack.
This shit was a fucking random ass thought.
That was a random, bro.
Okay.
We went from relationship to
Yeah.
orange juice.
That's why I put a little warning out there. I said random thought of the day in the morning. Dude, I've carried this thought the whole day since the morning that I was getting ready.
We're gonna have a
Yep.
sexual. We're gonna have a sexual episode next episode.
No.
No.
I was just saying.
Yeah, let's do
Orange
it.
juice.
Fuck
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Right.
Let's just do
Well,
it.
we're gonna close this one out.
Stay tuned, you guys, for the next
Close it out.
episode.
I am Gary.
And I'm Priscilla.
And I'm Ricky.
Catch you on the next one.
Deuces.
Bye.